Imagine a tropical paradise with pristine white sand beaches, crystal clear waters teeming with colorful marine life, vibrant festivals bursting with music and dance, and some of the friendliest people on earth who greet strangers like long-lost family. Now, picture this. Despite all that allure, one of the world's most avid traveling nations, Japan, sends surprisingly few visitors to the Philippines. Why would over 13 million Japanese venture abroad each year, flocking to snowy mountains in Europe or bustling streets in Seoul, yet largely skip this Southeast Asian gem just a 4-hour flight away? Buckle up as we uncover the hidden barriers, from dark historical shadows to modern-day myths that keep Japanese suitcases pointed elsewhere, and why that might be changing soon. Let's dive into the story behind the empty seats on flights from Tokyo to Manila. First, let's set the record straight with some numbers to show this isn't just a rumor. In 2024, about 444,000 Japanese tourists touched down in the Philippines, a solid jump of over 22% from the previous year, making them the third largest group of visitors after South Koreans and Americans. That sounds impressive, right? But zoom out. With Japan's total outbound travelers hitting 13 million that same year, the Philippines snagged only about 3.5% of them. Compare that to top spots like South Korea, which welcomed over 3 million Japanese, or the United States pulling in around 2.6 million, including Hawaii's sunny shores. Even Thailand and Taiwan see floods of Japanese groups snapping photos at temples and markets. So while Japanese do come, drawn to places like Boracay's powdery beaches or Cebu's historic sites, the numbers lag behind what you'd expect for such close neighbors. Why the gap? To understand, we have to rewind the clock to a painful chapter that still casts a long shadow. During World War II, Japan occupied the Philippines from 1941 to 1945, turning what could have been allies into bitter enemies. Imperial Japanese forces committed horrific atrocities, the infamous Bataan Death March, where thousands of Filipino and American prisoners were forced to walk 65 miles in brutal conditions, leading to countless deaths from starvation, beatings, and disease. Then there's the Manila Massacre in 1945, where over 100,000 civilians were killed in a rampage of violence as Japanese troops retreated. Comfort women, Filipino girls, and women forced into sexual slavery add another layer of trauma. These events left deep scars. Even today, older generations in both countries remember, in Japan, school books sometimes downplay the war's darker sides, while in the Philippines, stories of grandparents' suffering pass down like heirlooms. It's no wonder some Japanese feel a quiet guilt or awkwardness about visiting, fearing unspoken resentment. Yet, forgiveness has bloomed over decades. In 1974, Japanese Emperor Hirohito visited Manila, laying wreaths at war memorials and expressing remorse. Bilateral ties strengthened with economic aid. Japan poured billions into Philippine infrastructure, from roads to power plants. By the 1990s, Japanese companies like Toyota and Sony set up factories, employing thousands. Cultural exchanges followed. Anime fans in Manila binge-watch Naruto, while J-pop idols hold concerts to packed arenas. Still, that historical baggage lingers subtly, like an old wound that aches in bad weather. It might not stop all travel, but it nudges many Japanese toward destinations without such loaded history like neutral Bali or familiar Hawaii. Fast forward to more recent hurdles, and safety concerns top the list. The Philippines, with its 7,000 islands, faces natural disasters like typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. Think Taal volcano spewing ash in 2020, grounding flights and blanketing Manila in dust. Japanese travelers, used to their own earthquake-prone homeland, but with world-class preparedness, might see the Philippines as riskier due to less reliable warnings or evacuations. Then there's crime. Headlines scream about pickpocketing in crowded markets, scams targeting tourists, or worse, kidnappings. Remember the 1986 abduction of Japanese businessman Nobuyuki Wakoji by rebels? It made global news and scared off visitors for years. More recently, in 2025, two Japanese nationals were shot dead in Manila's nightlife district, their luggage stolen in a brazen attack that prompted Japan's embassy to issue travel advisories. Such incidents fuel perceptions of danger, amplified by Japanese media that often highlights Southeast Asia's chaos over its charms. Forums like Reddit echo this. Japanese users share stories of fearing Manila's traffic-clogged streets or avoiding certain areas due to poverty and pollution. One commenter noted, "I love beaches, but Manila feels unsafe compared to clean, orderly Seoul." Indeed, infrastructure woes play a big role. Japanese tourists crave efficiency, bullet trains, spotless subways, seamless apps for everything. In contrast, the Philippines struggles with congested airports like Ninoy Aquino International, infamous for long lines, outdated facilities, and frequent delays. Traffic in Manila can turn a short trip into hours of gridlock, and public transport like jeepneys, while colorful and cheap, feels adventurous to the point of unpredictable for those accustomed to Japan's punctual systems. Power outages or brownouts disrupt hotel stays, and water quality issues in some spots raise health fears. Add pollution. Manila's air sometimes rivals Beijing's smog, and it's easy to see why Japan, with its emphasis on cleanliness and order, might opt for Thailand's smoother tourism machine or Vietnam's emerging eco-tours. Preferences matter too. Japanese vacationers often seek kawaii cuteness, cultural depth, or seasonal escapes. In summer, they flee Japan's humid heat for cooler climes like Europe or Hokkaido's own mountains. The Philippines' year-round tropical swelter, with highs hitting 35 degrees Celsius, might not appeal when Hawaii offers similar beaches, but with better Japanese language support. Think menus, guides, and even entire malls catering to them. Language is a barrier. While English is widespread in the Philippines, few locals speak Japanese, unlike in Taiwan, where shared kanji helps, or Korea with dedicated Japanese tour groups. Food plays a part. Japanese palates love subtle flavors, but Filipino cuisine's bold, vinegary adobo or sweet halo-halo can overwhelm, though spots like Jollibee have won fans. Cost is ironic. The Philippines is affordable, with meals under $5 and beaches free, but Japanese high spenders prefer luxury. Think ryokans over budget resorts. Marketing gaps widen the divide. The Philippines Tourism Board pushes "It's more fun in the Philippines," but campaigns in Japan are modest compared to aggressive ads from competitors. Social media influencers from Japan rarely spotlight Philippine hidden gems, sticking to viral spots like Kyoto or Bali. Yet, not all is doom and gloom. There's a flip side that's pulling more Japanese in. That 27% surge in 2024 visitors shows momentum, driven by direct flights from Tokyo to Cebu and eased COVID rules. Young Japanese, hooked on K-drama's tropical vibes or TikTok reels of Palawan's lagoons, are discovering the appeal. Ecotourism in Bohol's Chocolate Hills or diving in Tubataha Reefs wows nature lovers. Cultural ties grow. Over 300,000 Filipinos work in Japan as nurses or trainees, sending back positive stories. Joint ventures like the 2023 Tourism Pact aim to boost exchanges, with Japan funding sustainable projects. Anecdotes abound. A Japanese vlogger raved about Filipino hospitality, saying, "People smile and chat like family, it's addictive." Another shared gaining weight from unlimited rice at Mang Inasal, but loving every bite. As one reactor put it, the warmth changes you. You don't want to leave. So, why don't more Japanese visit? It's a mix of history's ghosts, safety jitters, logistical headaches, and better marketed alternatives. But with improving ties, upgraded airports like the new Bulacan hub, and word-of-mouth magic, the tide could turn. Imagine packed flights from Osaka to Siargao, Japanese surfers riding waves alongside locals. The Philippines offers not just vacations, but transformations. From shy to sociable, from stressed to serene. If Japan embraces that, the empty beaches might soon echo with konnichiwas. Until then, this paradise waits, ready to prove the skeptics wrong.